Good afternoon, because it is afternoon. It is 3:40 as I start this recording on what they tell us is the 22nd of October in the year 2024. All down to debate. Should you wish to try to understand and rationalise that, but there you go. That's what it is. That's what they tell us. I don't accept it. I'm Basil. Broadcasting Truth and Therapy, BBTT. Here I am on my channel, the Self Preservation Society, unless you're watching on YouTube. And here I go using the talking stick. And for those of you that are watching this on YouTube, or watch on YouTube, I apologise that you wasn't able to comment on the last broadcast because I put it suitable for children and YouTube automatically blocks comments on there. I'll remember that for the future. Going to feature 3 songs here, but I'm not going to play them. I'm going to ask you that you stop when I ask you to stop and go and listen to them. Go and listen to the songs. Pause this broadcast. And indeed, I ask you to do that now as you're looking at these 2 memes on the front. Pause this and go and listen to Tina Turner. We don't need another hero. And listen to it, then come back. Are you back? Did you listen? Then this sets the theme for where I'm going. And I want you to understand, people, that often, just about every time I talk here, because I'm guided to do so by the universe, not by spirit, by the universe. And I want you to try and understand the difference. I've been talking about it for long enough, and if you're new to my channel, link to my main BitChute channel below if you're not watching it there, where all my work is, over 600 broadcasts now, and some people, Shelley, Daryl and a few others, have actually gone through them all and listened to them all, and from the beginning up to the present day, and got an understanding of my journey, and also a greater awareness, because that's what I try to bring you, give you the tools so you can come to a great awareness. That's what I do here. And I do it because it's the right thing to do, and I do it for the right reasons. But anyway, couple of things. I put up a post in my Facebook group the other day, and again there's a link to it below in the description box, and I shared it about in various Facebook book groups, but it said human beings are domesticated man, no more than domesticated man, and in much the same way, people, that all dogs are domesticated from the wolf, interbred, etc., etc., and that's what all humans are. All humans have interbred, this, that, and the other, and whatever, from mankind, and now we've lost all sense of what it is to be man and to be kind. And I'll tell you why I'm talking about this. Sunday night, I couldn't sleep. I had such heartburn and reflux and whatever. Got up, poured some apple cider vinegar into a cup, topped it up with water, sat sipping that. That always cures it for me, so think about that if you get that. You just want a little bit in the bottom of the cup or glass. Don't want too much, and just sip it. Don't swallow it. Gulp it. Just sip it, and that will. It always works for me. But anyway, while I was up, I was going through Facebook Reels, this, that and the other, and my feed, and I can't remember where I see it, but I come across this medium. And can't remember what he was talking about, but I went to his profile page. This medium comes from the northeast of England. And, you know, if you come across him, do it yourself. Find out for yourself. Come to your own awareness based upon how much power the Matrix has over you and the control system, and based upon your cognitive dissonance and everything like that. Challenge yourself. Anyway, put a link to his website in there. So I had a look. And private readings. So I had a look. £60 fucking pound. £60 for a private reading. And he puts a caveat in there. You're not paying for my gift, you're paying for my time. Which is about the most honest thing that he said. Right? Because people like that are like that meme on the right and the picture on the right. That's how I see spirit. I don't see souls like that. I see spirit like that. More and more and more and more. I see spirit like that. Ugly, deformed, twisted and fucking dark. So I see it. But anyway, I was tamping and I continued on, and then I come to a reel with Joseph Farrell talking about how to escape the reincarnation trap. So I put my computer down, shut it up then, my laptop, because I know about that. I taught my mum how to escape it when she passed last year, before she passed last year, and I've had evidence from my mum to say that, you know, it helped tremendously, worked. Her spirit come back, not her soul, her spirit come back to tell me that it helped tremendously. Made it very easy and comfortable for her. Anyway, I first learnt about that from Robert Morningsky. If you've never heard of him, go and look him up on YouTube, Robert Morningsky. I first heard that from him years and years ago. And when I heard about it, I sought to understand what he was trying to say, and that's why I can share the stuff that I share with you. If I listen to people here in the physical, seek to understand what they're saying, and see if it resonates me, and then come to awareness about what they're saying, the teaching, and one of it. And I find myself more and more not talking to the spirit world, as it were, not communicating with the spirit world, because I see the abomination of it on so many different levels. I was down with my cousins today, went to see his mum, my auntie. She's staying with them. My mum's twin. And I spoke about this down there. Now this, I said to my cousin, he works down the docks here in Dover. And I said to him, how much you earn an hour, Stu? He said, I don't know. I said, do you know if it's 60 quid? He said, no, it ain't. No. Right. So I explained to them how we're all prostitutes. Oldest profession in the world is prostitution. And we all prostitute our energy, frequency and vibration, whether we are aware of it or not, in order to get something back. We sacrifice our energy, frequency and vibration in order to get something back, in order to make a living. That's what human beings do. And be aware of the distinction I'm making here. Mankind would do, when you look and study the ancient peoples of the lands that the white Europeans went out and conquered and discovered and whatever, throughout history, they found these original people there. I say original, they were there before these white Europeans discovered them. And just about everywhere that you look and study, they were mankind, because they lived naturally amongst nature and the cycles of nature. That's what they'd done. They observed the seasons, they observed the sky, and this, that, and the other. That's why we have so much knowledge available to us today, because people like the Dogon studied and knew where they come from. However, I'm digressing, albeit with good intention. So we as human beings prostitute ourselves. And I got to thinking about this medium from the northeast. And I see it with so many mediums. I'm not singling him out, using him as an example. He tells us on his website, or was it on his Facebook page, however, that he's been doing this 10 years, working as a medium. And he charges £60 for a reading. Well, my friend, I've been doing it 40 years and I don't charge a penny for a reading. I don't charge a penny for development of spiritual gifts when I've run circles. I don't charge a penny for healing. I don't charge a penny when I've been sat in the cabinet, this, that and the other, for physical mediumship. I don't charge a penny for transfiguration, because my time is free. Time is free. We place a value on it, right? And the difference between people like me and these so-called mediums, spiritual mediums, psychics, this, that and the other, most of them work for spirit. I don't. It has become clearer and clearer to me over many, many years. I work for the universe. I am a microcosm of the macrocosm of that which is the universe. And everything I do is done with that in mind. Money was created to keep man enslaved. And it works well. No, money was created, to keep humans enslaved. And it works well. I wondered where, in what we call the conventional workplace, this medium from the northeast could earn and be rewarded £60 an hour. Right? Bearing in mind the context of the construct called money, where would he earn that? What skills has he got? And I'm not being flippant, but I'm sure the only way he could justifiably earn that is by bending over and taking it up the rear and taking another one in his mouth. I'm not being flippant, because, everybody in the world thinks that's what a prostitute is, somebody who sells their body for commercial gain. No, we sell our souls for commercial gain. And we're governed by the spiritual aspect of self and the mind and the ego. We're controlled by the matrix that determines that we have to pay to live on this planet as Homo sapien sapien, humans. Mankind doesn't pay to live on the planet. Only humans do. No other species on the planet, on the earth, on the plane, whatever you want to call it, pays to live on it. It's only human beings. Those people in those islands that are cut off, Borneo I think it is, cut off from the rest of humanity, those that dwell there are mankind. Those in the deep in the Amazon basin that live in the forests of the Amazon, taking only what they need and living a balanced life within that forest, they're mankind. The rest of us, we are responsible for allowing weather modifications that have made homeless people in Tennessee and North Carolina in order that they could be moved off their land so a few people can rip out the breast of Mother Earth to take the lithium so they can sell you mobile phones with lithium batteries and cars with lithium batteries to control you even more. I sat down my cousins today talking to my auntie and my cousin's wife, philosophising over these mediums of the past that would allow themselves to be entranced by disincarnate spirit in order that philosophy and wisdom can be brought to this third dimensional reality to empower, enlighten and enable those here. That don't happen now. Show me where it happens. Right? Those with these gifts outside the five senses, show me anyone, anywhere, because I'd love to meet them. They're my kind of people that are doing this. Most mediums stand on a freaking platform with clairvoyance, clairaudience or clairsentience and just linking with your nan and granddad and those that have gone before and telling you about what they were known for here and what, you know, how they're watching you. If they're fucking watching you and they've got your back, right, why aren't they telling you about how this third dimensional reality is run? Why aren't they telling you who is running it? And why aren't they telling you why it's being run the way it is? Instead of telling, you know, you that I used to bake cinnamon, Nan used to bake cinnamon cakes, this, that and that. Explain that to me, because I need to understand why that is. They used to do it with the advent of what you call modern day spiritualism, which is where all these mediums come from, trace their roots back. Most of them have no fucking idea of the Fox sisters in 1848 and what happened there, which brought about what we know as modern day spiritualism and the mediums that come from it. Medium, a point between 2 points. Explain to me why these so-called mediums do what they do. Think about it for a minute. I'll tell you why they do it. Because they're not after looking after your back. Look at that meme on the right. I hope you've had a good look at on the left. I hope you've had a good look at that. What a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant piece of work. Quote attributed to Rebecca Goldstein. Why aren't these people doing it? I've learnt more from incarnated spirits, people here, Christine Cuenca, Rita Taylor, Ray Williams, Bert Inglis, and so many others, and my connections with those that are on this path of awakening, and I've met them through the medium of the internet, this, that and the other. Established some really good relationships with people, not least of which my late friend Drew Kent, who passed away last month. Spoke about him in a broadcast last month. Met some brilliant people. And Drew Kent, let me tell you, he'd drive down from Sheerness to my place. Wouldn't ask for a penny, petrol, this, that and the other. He'd do it because it was the right thing to do, to help somebody. He went on many marches back in the day. He went and protected people when the bailiffs come round, stood with others, this, that and the other. I remember him and honour him, and so few did at his funeral. So few of us there, and he'd done so much good work. So that tells you another story. That tells you another story. And I have no problem in talking in the way that I do, because if your spirit is ugly, I'll talk about it. Drew's wasn't. He had a beautiful spirit because he was a beautiful soul. And he'd done things because it was the right thing to do, and he'd done it for the right reasons. And that's why I resonated with him so much, because that's how I tried to live my life. But, you know, you people that go to these mediums, more fool you. Go to one once, and if they haven't helped you, started you on a journey of self-awareness and self-knowing, at that first meeting, that first message, then learn to question that and why, because that is the job of a medium, a true medium. Not these arseholes you see about today, charging you all they can just to patronise you. They haven't got a fucking clue. They haven't got the level of awareness and knowing that I possess and share willingly and freely to empower, enlighten and enable another to come to awareness of the self and awareness of this dense, dark, third dimensional reality that we live in, controlled by unnatural forces. And the spirit is unnatural. It is a bastardisation and corruption of the true self, the soul, in order to harvest the energy, frequency and vibration of the soul. And every time that soul is incarnated, a new spirit for that particular incarnation is created, and it represents that incarnation. And when the life ends, the soul, if you don't listen to people like Robert Morningsky, Joseph Farrell and myself, is reset to factory settings and comes back to do it all again, giving life to a new physical form and spiritual form for that incarnation. That's what happens. These mediums out there, I'd piss all over them. Because if there is anybody that does know, like what I know, prove it by speaking it from the platform. When I first started this journey, I often mention her, Lorna Codling, for instance, and Gwen Richardson and Roger Willicombe and loads of people like that. But Lorna Codling, she would allow herself to go in a light trance and channel empowering philosophical knowledge from those that work with her. She didn't talk about what she had for breakfast or dinner and all that mundane physical crap. She allowed herself, such was her link with spirit and beyond, to bring forth in that 5 or 6 minutes of an address before a service philosophical knowledge and awareness to empower, enlighten and enable another. It wasn't lost on me, lost on many people. They just want microwave mediumship these days. And I know I talk about this a lot, but it's very important, people, because mediumship, when used properly, can provide you with the way out. The way out is to go within to the true self, not go and pay £60, 35, 40, 50, £60 for a fucking reading for somebody that ain't going to teach you or tell you jack shit of any use to you at all. What I share is so fucking important. My knowledge, my awareness, my knowing is so important. And I'm not being conceited or arrogant when I say that. I am humble in the abundance that is shared with me from the universe. It has been a long, long time since I've had any respect for spirit. I still go looking for it. Trust me, I do. But it's been a long time since I've had any respect for spirit. And there's very few mediums that I have absolutely any respect for at all, because they're all in it to make fucking money, because they're no more than whores and prostitutes profiting off those that are, you have to accept, I have to accept, that are in need, wanting guidance, this, that and the other. And what they do, they snare them in their trap and have them keep coming back to them, lauding them, putting them on fucking pedestals and all that shit, and getting as much money as they can out of them. Money is unnatural. If spirit was natural, it would teach you that money is unnatural and show you how to live as man instead of human beings. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. That's why I'm looked down upon and ostracised from so many mediums and so many people in the truther movement. Because I'll tell you the fucking truth. Please or offend, I'll tell you the truth. I couldn't give a flying fuck who I offend. I'm concerned with those that are deceived and continue to be deceived by charlatans and ne'er-do-wells and whatever, if I don't speak the truth. And I will only ever bring you the truth. So you can profit. You can profit from a greater awareness and knowing by going within. Because all the while you're reaching out, outside yourself, to mediums, to truthers, this, that and the other, you're just allowing them to harness your energy, frequency and vibration, physically, non-physically, in order for them to profit off the backs of you. Wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. You're not a human being having a spiritual experience. You're not a spiritual being having a human experience. You are source consciousness, soul, having all those things at the expense of being man and being a man, being a woman here in this third dimensional reality. Man has been domesticated into the form of human being, just like the dog, the wolf, has been domesticated to all the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of breeds of dogs. They all come from wolf, and all human beings come from mankind. When you seek to comprehend and understand that, it will make such a difference to you, and then you can make a difference to that which is outside of you, which is how I live my life, this incarnation here. Human being, domesticated man. Dogs, domesticated wolf. And spirit are domesticated soul. That's all they are. Everybody will tell you there's a spirit world out there. have no real great understanding or knowing of what the spirit world is. Oh, my nan and granddad's over there, my mum's over there, this, that and the other. My mum, her spirit may be over there, but her fucking soul ain't, because I made sure of that before she left here. And I share that knowledge and that awareness with anybody. So you, the soul, can awaken to your true self and don't come back here perpetuating this dense, dark, satanic, demonic, third-dimensional reality that is only there to feed, ultimately, off your soul's energy, frequency and vibration. But as it does so, it feeds off your spirit and the energy, frequency and vibration of that, and your physical body and the energy, frequency and vibration of that. You prostitute yourself, we all do, because we're caught in a trap. And we think we can't walk out. But I'm here to tell you, we can, we should, we must, and we will. But stop perpetuating the system that enslaves you. Stop giving people who don't know jack shit £60, £50, £40, £30 or whatever to tell you jack shit. If you go and buy a product and it doesn't do what it says on the tin, you take it back and get your money back. If you go to a medium or a psychic and they're not giving you the information, the knowledge and the awareness for you to take away, to empower, enlighten and enable you to what you truly are, then ask for your money back. Because if you don't, you'll keep going back. You'll keep fucking going back to them and they will revel in it. Them and truthers that are selling you knowledge and whatever. That young lady at the beginning, in actual fact, I'm going to put her up again. I want you to have a look at her again. What a brilliant, brilliant quote she put up. What or she's responsible for. A soul after my own awareness. A pure soul after my own awareness. And you think you can control the system that enslaves you. When you can't control yourself, you've got no fecking hope. Until you learn to control yourself, anybody outside of you, anybody can control you. A violent, abusive partner, a narcissist like my father was, a teacher, somebody with a uniform, government, the World Economic Forum, the World Health Organization. Until you wake up to your true self, anything and anybody outside you will control you. Brilliant. It's a brilliant system because you don't know how to control yourself. Control your carnal urges and you don't really control them, do you? No, you're governed by them. We're all governed by them. It's fucking amazing. Not only do others put a fuck into us, we put a fuck into ourselves. It's a brilliant system. It's a brilliant system. And I applaud it, acknowledge it. But I don't bow down to it. I seek to have a control over myself. And I seek to share knowledge and awareness to you so you can control yourself and understand what it is to be in control. But you're not, because you're watching the fucking television. And then you're going to see people like that. Oh, I've got your nan and granddad here, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you something. It was good for me in the beginning. That's why I needed it. When Christine Cuenca proved to me, inconclusively, the survival of the soul after the physical death and the spirit. I didn't realise they were separate. I do, then, 40 years ago, when she proved to me, set me off on a journey. And I wanted more knowledge and awareness of why this was, this, that and the other. And I read the books that are there in the annals of spiritualism. And then I got onto this journey of spirituality. Taught about that and the difference between that and religion from Bert English. It took me 5 years to see that there was a difference between religion and spirituality, and I owe that to Bert English, because I met him 5 years after I started this journey. 1989 I met him, started the journey in 1984. Fucking hell. When I think about that, 1984 and George Orwell. And then, I only knew Bert for 3 years, but then I've been on this path of conscious awakening and awareness, and continue to be on it. It's a path, it's a journey, it's not a destination. And the more I'm on it, the more I become aware and the more I learn on that thing. And I look around me and I shake my head at people that go to mediums for the reasons they go to and don't go any further than that. It's you, the seeker, that goes to a medium or a truther, and if you're not learning something from them that starts you off on your own journey, because there's nothing special about being a medium or a psychic, nothing special at all, unless you're doing it like me. You're doing it because it's the right thing to do, and you do it for the right reasons, to empower, enlighten and enable another as to their own divinity, conscious awareness, set them off on a path that they can become all-knowing and understand that they can. Just because they're seeking doesn't mean to say they can't do it. Can't be it. I've been doing it for 40 years and never charged a fucking penny to personally profit or gain. And I am so proud of myself, so humbled, that in the beginning, it didn't seem right to me. It just never sat right to me that people would prostitute their abilities outside the five senses to profit off another. Never, ever seemed right to me. And it doesn't seem right to me that truthers are doing it. You want to be in my gang? Fucking Gary Glitters, all of them. Do you want to be in my gang? Access to special information. Cross my palm with fucking silver. Dirty, stinking, rotten, lying, spiritual, demonic, satanic prostitutes. Because they may well be aware of what they're doing. And because they're governed by greed and avarice and all those things, they see a sucker when it comes along. And I don't. I see a seeker. I see a seeker. And that's, if people come to me, I see a seeker. Now, it may well be, it turns out that I have to cut ties with them because they're not willing to do the work and devote the time and energy to the self. They want somebody else to do it. I won't hang about people like that. I don't care. If you come to me for spiritual reasons, so-called spiritual reasons, come to me for the truth. I won't hang about with people like that. Not anymore. Not anymore. I only want those whose intention and integrity is equal to mine at the very least. And I say that with all humility. The universe has always provided all the needs I live to have reached this age of 63 and a half years and a bit more. January is the day I was born. The universe has always provided all those needs. When I was bringing up 2 children, married, bringing up 2 children, Spirit will provide you with your wants. All you have to do is come to Spirit with no integrity and be willing to sell your soul. And Spirit will provide processions of people coming to you to cross your palm with 30 pieces of silver in order that you can harvest their energy, frequency and vibration, physical and non-physical, and then it could be harvested off of you. That ain't who I am. There's plenty of others out there like that. Seek and you will find them. And if you find them easily, you know the old saying, like attracts like, then have a fucking good look at yourself. That's what I do every day of my life. Have a good look at myself. There ain't anybody outside of me that can judge me like I've judged myself. You're all willing to try. And there ain't anybody outside of you that can judge you as you should judge yourself. Take back control. Take back your power. Stop giving it away to people that only want to profit off you, because they're human beings at best. They're dark, demonic, satanic, spiritual beings at worst. I don't care how they look to you. That's what they are. You don't want people like that around you. Or maybe you do. Maybe you do. Maybe you feast off that. Just like your masters, your corporate masters and all those other bastards feast off the adrenochrome of innocent children, pure souls that have come back here. Perhaps you're like that. I'm not. Don't want to be like that. Don't want to be like those. I know that I am different. I know that I am the light and the way. And I know that most of you are as well. You're just not aware of it yet. Seek to understand that which you truly are. You are the light. You are the way. You're not that satanic, demented, horrible spiritual being on the right there. You are so much more than that. You're not the darkness that endured. You are the light that conquered. Conquer the self and you can conquer everything outside here. 2 more tunes I want you to go and have a listen to. Start off with Tina Turner. We don't need another hero. Now go and listen to David Bowie's Heroes. And then go and listen to Heather Small, M People. Search for the hero inside yourself. Everything I do on this channel is about empowering and enlightening you to be the hero, but you've got to search for that hero inside yourself. Whatever you do in life, work for the self, but live for the whole. If this message resonates, share the message. Don't share me. And share it in spiritual groups. I don't care what the so-called powers that be in spiritualism, those egocentric, controlling mediums and all the people within spiritualism, all the so-called truthers that you bow down to. Oh, I think you're wonderful because of the knowledge you share. How much is that book? How much is that t-shirt? They make me sick to my very, very core. What makes me even more sicker is that people that are seeking get sucked into that. That makes me even more sicker. I challenge you. Share this message and my channel in the truther groups, with sidekick groups and medium spiritualism groups, this and that. Share it. And if anybody out there that has got abilities outside the five senses and that uses them in the way that I use them, I'd love to meet you. I'd love to meet you. I really would. Those that have integrity and intention that I have carried with me all through my life, because I've learnt from those in the past that done it for the right reasons. Yeah, people would gift them. If they went and sat in a seance room, this, that and the other, people would gift them. People have gifted me. It's not a prerequisite though. I don't say to you, yeah, I'll do your reading, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60 quid. I don't do that. If you think the time and the knowledge, the awareness, the intention is worth some material gift in whichever way, shape or form that is, then yeah, I'll accept that in the same way you've accepted me. Where can half of these people who are charging you the money they're charging you, where could they earn that in the so-called conventional workplace? And if they're getting fucked, and we fuck ourselves more than others fuck us. At the end of the day, that's what I've learned. Stop allowing others to fuck you over and stop fucking yourself. And if we stop allowing others to fuck us over and we stop fucking ourselves, we won't be creating the system anymore that we're forced to live in. Because we become aware. It's the only reason it perpetuates, because of procreation, and we're all creating it. Let's stop fucking about and be celibate, and this system will die. It will die if we stop giving it our energy, frequency and vibration. And you've just got to become self-aware and self-knowing, and everything changes. Share the message, don't share me. Have a look in the description box underneath. Loads of stuff in there for you to look at. Royal Raymond Rife, Dead Men's Secrets, brilliant. Loz's health and wellness store in there. And if you're going to use your money, use it wisely. Shop with independent retailers. Spend that money in order that you may learn life skills to profit you, your children and your grandchildren. Be the knowledge, share the knowledge, and let it go down the generations. And we can change everything. Palamia, thank you. In Lakesh, in you I see another me. Mintakawe o Yasin. We are all related, we are all relatives. And I tell you, continue to tell you, we're all connected. Share the message, don't share me.